And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a big day here at the casino at Dania Beach. Thank you for joining us for our 9-game matinee performance. We have no scratches to report. And so all 9 games should have the lineup that you have in your program. Game 1 will start the early daily double. Game 8 is the second daily double. Game 3 starts the first pick 3. Game 7, the second pick 3. And game number 6, of course, is the beginning of the pick 4. Tonight, and you may have noticed, our court has changed a little bit with a few more signs and a few things around the room that are slightly different. Is the beginning of the Biscane Cup, and we are excited to announce the matchups for tonight, and they're in your program also. But the Biscane Cup begins tonight with game number 10, and also please note that our performance tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, the night performances are starting at 6 o'clock. But you see the matchup on there, Ladouche and Basque versus Uresti and Ibarluzea. That's 2 sets, 15 points. If they split the sets, then we will have a 5-point tiebreaker. That'll be games 10 and 11. That'll be followed by games 12 and 13. Alex and Leke take on Zuleika and Ubia. These are familiar names. Many of these guys have played here before, and we welcome them all back to the casino at Dania Beach and Dania Beach High Life. Same thing, no double points in a partido. First to 2 wins. If it's 1-1, then we will play that 5-point tiebreaker. So that's the lineup for tonight. We will have at first the normal 9 games, singles, doubles mix as we always do, and then we'll get into our partidos this evening. Our broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice, 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Every. Together, they're built to win. Champions Corner sponsor, that's Dolphin Jewelers. Treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention High Life for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And in Connecticut, place your highlight wagers at mywinners.com, now easier than ever with the mobile app in the App Store for iOS. Or you can go to app.mywinners.com and make your selections there. It is, after all, the #1 betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. Post time for game number 7. Game number 1 is 7 minutes. Take a quick moment to tell you that we do have partidos tomorrow night. Normally this season we have been dark on Wednesday, but not this week. And for that matter, not next week, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, you'll get to see Dania Beach Invitational winners, Johan and Gorka, tomorrow, since they have the evening off from partido competition. And the other team that's not playing tonight is Aritz and Lopez. This is Lopez's final major event before he retires. One of the true greats of the game, so you'll want to see that tomorrow. And that's all we have tomorrow night. 6 o'clock, the 2 matches. And the winners tonight will be moving into Wednesday. And then Thursday, after the performance, it'll be again, Aritz and Lopez and Johan and Gorka versus, if I remember correctly, it'll be the teams that get beat tonight. Then we get to Friday night. You see, after the 9-game performance, we'll have the semifinals. Then Saturday, the 21st, matinee, 1 o'clock, 9 games. 7 o'clock, 9 games of Quinella Highlight, and then the final, the Biscane Cup, games 10 and 11. And then Sunday, Super Singles returns on the 22nd at 1 p.m. So tonight, stick around, keep the program. If you're going to come back tonight, the program, of course, is everything is contained in the one you have right now, and we do hope you pull a doubleheader along with the rest of us. 5 minutes now till our first game, about 5 minutes. Last call for the first game. Last call. Game one starts the early daily double. And again, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Before we have our first point of the afternoon, we do ask those who are able to please rise, and if you're wearing a cap, to remove it for the playing of our national anthem. It's our first game today in Spectacular 7 Singles. Begins the early daily double. Oyonard is in post 1 serving, and Del Rio in the blue of post 2 will receive. All points will double after the first round of play. The game is out. Serve is long. It's an over serve, point 2. Garcia, post 3. Garcia's on the board for the 3. Here's Laborde in post 4. The Bote winner, point to 3. Del Pesh in the 5 post. Underserve, point 5. Laurent, post 6 in the gold. Point to 6. Now on Mets, post 7. And a dig there by Laurent. Mets will fling it over his head one more time, and that's a winner, point to 7. Now Vicente in post 8, completing round 1. Little Tejada, and that's a 2-bounce winner, point to 7. Each player has had a turn on the court. Here's Oyonard beginning the double point round in post 1. Out of the wood, point to 1. Returning in post 2, here's Del Rio. Out of play, point to 1. Now the board in post 4. Well played point there for Oyonard, point to the 1. Possible game point for Oyonard at post 1. Here is Garcia, post number 3, 1 with a possible game point. That is out. Double point for post 3. Here's Del Pesh, post 5. And that serve not in play, point to 5. Here's post 6, Aron. That's a good shot from Aron from the backcourt, point to 6. Now the 8 is Vicente. Carom by Aron. Going to be caught in the wood by Vicente. He'll drill a big right side. Aron able to keep the ball and the point in play. Now Aron with a pass on the rebote. Vicente fights for it and makes the save from the backcourt. Stayed in play. And Aron drops Tejada, point to 6. Possible game point for Aron in post 6. Here's the Mets in the 7-6 with a possible game point. Winning rebote for Aron, double pointing game to the 6 with the 1 second and the 3 third. The first game won by Aron, post 6. Oyonard, second, post 1. Garcia taking the show in post number 3. And the numbers show a 6-1 exacta for $60, a 1-6 Quinella, $28.80. And a $2 613 trifecta, $198. First half of the early daily double is a 6. We go to game number 2, which is also singles. Spectacular 7 scoring. The window's open right now for betting on game 2. Last call for betting on Game 2 singles. This is your last call. Second game single, spectacular 7 scoring with Javier in post number 1. He's serving to Eki in post 2. All points are doubling after the first round of play. Here's the serve. The game is underway. Point 2. Donnell in post 3. Good left side from Donnell. It's the point to 3. Here's Solaya, post 4. One to 4. Chanika, post 5. Score that for the 4. Libois in the gold shirt, post 6. 24. Boyardee in post number 7. Stayed along the wall, point to 4. Now Del Rio in post number 8, concluding the first round. Catch there by Celaya at the serve line. Went to the 8. The double point round beginning with Javier in post 1. All the points are now doubled for the rest of the game. Delhada, point to the 8. Here's Eki, post 2. Point to the 8. And possible game point for Del Rio in post number 8. Here's Donnell in the 3. Possible game point, post number 8. Donnell moving in. Gets the right side past Del Rio. Comes out a little bit. That's a tremendous save. Now Donnell goes Tejada, but Del Rio's on it. There's the Delhada. Point end game to post number 8. 4 is second. Now show point, 2 serves 3. That's a winner for Eki. Point and show, post 2. Second game won by Del Rio in post 8. Celaya second, post 4. Eki third in post number 2. Eight 4 exacta for 57.60. The Quinella 4 and 8, 56.40. A $2 842 trifecta, $283.20, and a 6-8 daily double, $127.40. Game 3 starts the early pick 3. Again, we have no scratches today. We'll hope it keeps that way. Post time in about 5 minutes till game number 3. Don't forget, tonight is the first night of the 2026 Biscane Cup, expanded this year to include 6 teams, including, of course, the Dania Beach Invitational champions, Johan and Gorka, who will not be in Partido action tonight. They'll be playing tomorrow night. We do have 2 outstanding Partidos with world-class players. It'll be LaDouche and Bosque in the first game, taking on Uresti and Ibarluzea. It'll be tremendous. That's going to be game 10 and 11. Then, the second match of the night, it'll be Alex Adleke taking on Zuleika and Ubia, representing the World Highlight League. So that is 2 sets, played to 15 points, both sets, no double points. In the case of a tie 1-1, we go to a 5-point tiebreaker. No double points in these Partidos in the Biscane Cup. Those are the 2 matches tonight following our 9th game. If you can't make it, these will be broadcast on our YouTube channel live. Dania Beach Highlight, YouTube. So catch it that way if you can, wherever you may be. But it's faster and better in person. Hope you can stick around, come back, whatever your schedule allows. Game 3 is spectacular 9 doubles, and this is the beginning of the early pick 3, plus, of course, the superfectas involved. Vicente and Del Rio in post 1 in the red, serving the Garcia and Oyard in the blue of post number 2. All points are doubled, and this game is played to 9. Vicente serves. Game 3 has begun. Point to 1. Lebois and a Tyne paired in post 3. Tyne with a catch. Hauled in nicely by Vicente. Del Rio with a carom. Caught out of the wood by Lebois. His return captured by Vicente. Great grab, a Tyne. Out of play, point 3. Aurant and Oyard, post number 4. Carom by Aurant, with the 4. The 5, Celaya and Eki. We're on to the inside, and Celaya running over to make the grab. Right back, out of play, out of play. Went 4. Javier and Donnell, post 6. Corner catch by Oyonard. Catch by Oyonard, back up against the wall. Oyonard calls for it, makes the grab. Hard and low right side, Donnell's on it at line 13. Oyonard again. Laurent catches the outside placement, comes back, and Donnell's in position. Great catch, Javier. And again, Oyonard on that right side. Point to 6. Now the 7, Chanika and Laborde. Great dig by Javi. Laborde capturing a tricky throw from Donnell. Javier drives Chanika back to the forward line. Is it about to caught by Donnell? Chula Chanika, .7. Now a Mets and Delpeche and Post 8 Purple concluding round 1. And that is a drop shot by Ahmet's point of the 8. The double point round now underway with this 9-point game. Here is the 2, Garcia with Oyard. too low, point two. This is Vicente with Del Rio in the one post. And that inside placement by Vicente is perfect, point to one. Now comes post three, Libois with a tine. Point to one. Here is post number 5, Celaya and Eki. Placement of the inside. Vicente there in plenty of time. Attacks and scores for the one. Possible game point for Vicente and Del Rio in post one. Here is Zara and Oyenard post 4. Possible game point for the one. Del Rio keeps the point alive. And that's a strong throw by Oran. Point to the 4. Now post number 6, Javier with Donnell. Costado from Javier. Out of the wood, point 6. 7, Shanika with Laborde. Cortada, and could not complete the catch. That ball was juggled, point to 7. This is number 8, Ametz and Delpesh. 7 scores. Now here's the 2 team of Garcia with OERD. Point to 7. Possible game point for Chanika and Laborde in post 7. Here is Libois and a tie in the 3. Possible game point for the 7. It's an underserve, point to 3. Back in the 5, Celaya and Eki. Libois driving Celaya back to midcourt. Catch there by Eki. And an effective remate by Libois, point to 3. Returning with possible game point, Vicente and Del Rio in post 1. 3 will be serving, 1 has the possible game point. Three scores. 3 has possible game point. Here is Raw and Oyenard in post number 4. Possible game point now for the 3. Oyenard with a grab. Sidewall catch by Aron. Big left side. Libois back for Rabote. Libois with a tricky catch. Point and game, post 3. Finishing 4th will be Aron and Oyenard because they have 4 points. This is place and show point. It's out on the wood, a point to the 1. 7 finishes third, and as I mentioned, the 4 is fourth. Matinee and Libois take game 3 in post 3. Vicente Del Rio second in post 1, 7 to third. Shanika and Laborde for fourth. Arra and Oyenard. (3-1 exacta, 68.40. The Quinella 1-3, 25.20. The 3-1-7 $2 trifecta, 283.60. 3-1-7 and 4 for the $1 super, 177.70. So it's 17.77. Pretty good year. Is for the 10-cent super. First number in the pick 3 is 3. Game 4 is spectacular 7 doubles. Post time at 5 for game 4. This broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor, Dolphin Jewelers, invites you to treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention High Life for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage powered by TPI, driven to connect. And in Connecticut, the news is out. You can place your highlight wagers at mywinners.com on their new mobile app. It's in the App Store for iOS, or you can go to app.mywinners.com for other devices, iPads and such. It is the #1 betting outlet in Connecticut. Mywinners.com is where Connecticut bets on highlight. Game 4, last call, game number 4. This is game number 4, spectacular 7 doubles. Garcia and Gorka serving in post number 1 to Tombor and Atine of the blue of post 2. Garcia starts the game. The serve is caught by Tombor, but the shot is a little bit low, as you heard, 0-1. Madsen Argoitia, post 3. That's out, point to 3. In post 4, it's Johan with Ken Pendeggi. And Johan drops in a winner, point to 4. Here's Vicente with Del Rio, post 5. 24. Oleron and Oyenard, post 6. Big left side by Johan Oleron. Puts to the bote in the midcourt. Johan's got it. And a point to 6. Laurent and Delpeche, post 7. Point to 6. Now Lebois on the board, post 8 of the purple. Lebois Vermonte, point to the 8. Now the double point round begins. Here's Tom Moore with the time, post 2. Out of play, too high, point 2. Garcia Gorka in the one post. Two. Now post 3 will be Ametz and Arguetia. Great scoop there by Arguetia. Cortada, and it's going to be captured by Tambor. That's a tie, and handling that smoothly. Time with a grab at the 12. And Arguetia in that corner. Tambor down to the ground. Point two. Possible game point for Tambor and a tie at post two. Here's Vicente and Del Rio in the 5 post. Possible game point, post two. And 5 grabs the point. And here's the 4, Johan with Campendeggi. With a 4. 4 serving 7, Aron and Del Pesh. Del Pesh, a fine catch. And Pendeggi reaches up to make the grab. Ramate, and a fine one from Aron, point to 7. Olaran Oyonard, post 6. Holder on at the 9. Ball drifted out of bounds. Point to 7. Now the 8, Lebois and Labourd. That's out of bounds, point to the 8. Now the 1, Garcia and Gorka. It's going to leave a mark, point to 1. Here's the 3, Metz and Arguetia. Metz sweeps the right side deep. That's out. Point to 3. Possible game point for the team returning. That's Tombor at a time in post number 2. 3 is serving, but 2 has the possible game point. Tabor, Ramate caught by a Metz. Point to the 3. Now 3 with possible game point. Here's the 5, Vicente and Del Rio. Well, that checked up beautifully. So Vicente and company get that for the 5. Now here's Johan Akinpendegi, post 4. Ramate and ripped by Johan, point to 4. Possible game point for Johanna Kendpandegi in post 4. This is the 6 team of Olaran and Oyonard. 4 with a possible game point. Double point and game to the 4, 2 second, 3/3. Game 4 won by Johanna Kendpandegi in post 4. Tombor and Atine second, post 2, 3/3. Amets Argoitia. $4-2 exacta for $80 and 2-4 Quinella for $19.60. Trifecta 4-2-3, 163.40. Second number in the pick 3 is a 4. Game 5 singles, spectacular 7 scoring. In 5 minutes, game 5 and the conclusion of the pick 3. Again, a reminder about what's happening tonight here. The first night of the expanded Biscane Cup. Last year we had 4 teams. This year we have 6, including a team from down south. You'll see them tonight. But first, our first matchup, games 10 and 11 tonight, is a special one. Ladouche and Basque taking on Uresti and Ibarluzea. That's going to be 15 points, 2 games. And if they're tied at 1 game each, or 1 set each, then we will have a 5-point tiebreaker. That's not all, because game 12 and 13 will be mentioned from the World Highlight League down south, Suleika and Ubia taking on Alex and Leke. We may also know them as Goitia and Lake Arica, but we're calling them Alex and Leke here. That'll also, same thing, 15 points, no double points, and if they're tied at a set apiece, we'll play that 5-point tiebreaker. That's tonight's matches. You can bet on them. Win betting, obviously, is the only option. That'll be the Biscane Cup following game 9 tonight. Last call for singles in Game 5. This is your last call. Our fifth game singles lineup. Libois will start by serving in the red of post 1 with Shanika receiving in the post 2 blue. This is a spectacular 7 game, played to 7 points with points doubling after the first round. Here's a serve. We're underway. In the upper cushion, point to 1. Here's Javier, post 3. It's going to be point to 3. Donnell, post 4. Four scores and 5 is on the court. Boyardee. With that for Donnell and the 4, now Del Rio, post 6. 6 gets that one. Eki, post 7. Nice remote by Del Rio, point to 6. Now Celaya, post number 8. He concludes the first round of play. Long distance Delhada, point to 6. The points are doubled. Here's Chanika in post 2. Chanika, big right side. And Del Rio able to follow that, but the ball bounced twice, point to 2. Here's Lee Bois on the 1 post. Point to 1. Javier, post 3. It's a fine grab there by Javier. Dubois catching the ball in the tip of the basket. Drives to the right side deep. Point to 1. Dubois with a possible game point in post 1. This is Oyard post 5. 1 with a possible game point. Point 5. Janelle, post 4. Over serve Point to 4. Eki in post 7. That is out of the wood and out of bounds. 4 gets the point, but now Donnell has possible game point at post 4. Here's Salaya in the 8. Possible game point, post 4. Point a game to the 4. 1 second, 6 is third. Donnell on top in game number 5 in post 4. Lee Bois second, post 1. Del Rio getting the show in post number 6. The 4-1 exacta, 44.80. 1-4 Quinella, 37.80. 4-1-6 $2 try for $937.60, and a pick 3-3-4-4 combo and a $2 ticket yielding $11.11.40, $1,111.40. We move to the pick 4, starting with game number 6, Superfecta game, spectacular 9 doubles. 5 minutes to get your selections in on game number 6. Last call for Game 6 selections at the Superfecta and the Pick 4, all coming up with game number 6. Game 6 is Spectacular 9 doubles and the start of the Pick 4. Janika and Del Pash serving in the red of post 1, and Metz and Oyenard receiving in the blue of post 2. This game is played to 9 points with Spectacular 9 scoring. The game is on. Del Pash for the Bote Pronto. First point to the 2. Tom Bohr with Ken Pandegi in post 3. Point 2. Vicente in a time. Number 4. Vicente in a time. Catch by Oyonard, big right side, coming out. Vicente Zulabote, can Oyonard get there? He can, and that's going to be a point to the 4. Here's the 5, Oleron on the board. Oleron from the 4 line, slaps the carom, point to 5. Johan with OERD in the goal to post 6. Right at the back, OERD able to get the left side off. It was a tricky catch for Oleron, which he made, obviously. Oleron chooses right side for the rebote. Johan in position for the catch. Nice grab by Laborde. Oleron with the inside placement. That's going to be a winner for the 5. Now post 7, Oran with Gorka. Great catch by Laborde. And Laborde again with a great catch, frustrating his opponents. Laborde guides the rebote back in. A raw 2-0. Oleron read it, just couldn't quite make the catch. Point to 7. Garcia with Argoitia, concluding round 1 in post number 8. That's going out. Win 7. The double point round starting with a 1, Chanika and Delpeche. This is a 9-point game. Placement toward the inside. That's a 2-bounce winner for the 1. Post 3, Tambor and Kanpendegi. Difficult catch made by Chanika, able to get the left side off. Touched in the backcourt, point to 1. 1 serving 2, Metza Neuenard. That's over the upper cushion, point to 1. Now the 4-team, Vicente with the tie in the backcourt. Right to the back, that's Delpeche. Great hustle there by Vicente to find that. Delpeche scoops, drives the right side deep in a time, playing defense. Point to the 4. Johan and Oyard in post 6. Matinee, point to 6. Now the 5 team returning is Olaron on the board. That's a chitchat, in case you're wondering. Point to 6. Here's the 8, Garcia and Arguitia. Six gets that one. Now here's Iran Gorka at post number 7. Oyard over by the back wall. Johan makes it a bote save. Laurent throws Costado, and it's past Oyard. He'll have to dive to save it. It's out of play. Point to 7. Now the 3 team, Tom Boer with Campendegi. Seven there. 7 serving the 2, Amets and Oyonard. Save made by Oran. Point to 7. Possible game point for Oran and Gorka in the 7. Here's Chanika and Del Passion, post number 1. 7 with a possible game point. Gorka in the corner with a great grab. And Delpeche handling a high hop. Gorka goes over the top of the right side, taken off the wall by Chanika. He'll attack down the inside. Aral with a grab at line 7. Launches the left side, high off the back wall. Chanika, the rebote goes out of play. It'll be point in game to post number 7. This is a superfecta game, so we do have 4th place, and that will be occupied by the 4 team, Vicente and Atine. They are 4th. This is place and show point with 6 serving 1. Scooped up by Delpeche on the reverse. Point at place to the 1. 6 takes the show. Aral and Gorka win game number 6 in post 7. Chanika Delpeche taking the place of the 1. The 6th third, Johan and Oyardi. And the 4-4th, Vicente and Atine. 7-1 Exacta for $183. The 1-7 Quinella for $39.40. 7-1-6 $2 trifecta, $370.40. And the Supers 7-1-6-4 for $1, $447.20. $44.72 for a dime. Coming up is the 7th game. Spectacular 7 doubles and the beginning of the pick 3. The first number in the pick 4 is a 7.
Hey everybody, it's 6 games down, just 3 to go, and then we'll tee it up tonight. 6 o'clock for the program tonight. Benny Bueno, I'm Dave Lamont. And
hello, Dave. How are you?
That's okay. I have to remind myself 6 o'clock.
I have to remind myself it's Tuesday.
I do that every day. Not that it's Tuesday every day, but there, yes.
Right. What day it is?
When I'm scooping out the cat food, I'm like, it's what day is it? Okay, it's Sunday or whatever, so I know what to do. But
yeah,
this week I know what to do every day of the week, so it's easy.
I think I know what to do too. Actually, how come there's no time on the clock?
I don't know.
Somebody's
Mungo just
at the
pawned
wheel?
in Game of Life. It's not me.
They're giving us more time. You can leave it up there. We want to know. Inquiry minds want to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is here. This is something that, thankfully, is not my fault. Yay!
No. I know what's happening. They haven't. Oh, there's the phone. Let's see what's going on. Dave in action. Uh-oh. Hey there. Hey there has been called.
Yeah, because I know what to hold up.
Dial 1420. They'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They've got the names up now, so I'm not sure what's holding up the phone.
They just need to. They need to add minutes to post. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, we're not sure. This is highly unusual.
Well, it gives you and I more time to be together and
maybe
talk.
that's what they want to do in the tote room. They're spying on us today, and they said, because we're getting betting odds, and if you guys are watching, you can see the screen. I'm looking at the same thing you all are looking at. So we're getting some betting odds in here. Hang on.
Uh-oh. Phone again.
Hi, what's going on? Look at me? There's no way. No, I couldn't have.
All right, boys and girls, it's me. Dave is busy right now. He's working, which doesn't hurt to see every once in a while. So anyways, I just wanted to come on real quick and, if anybody has been to our website, the names have been loaded of the games for tonight and the games potentially for tomorrow. So I'll go through that real quick. Hopefully, I know people are going to tune in on YouTube, but hopefully some people will come out to watch the matches live. So in games, we're going to play our regular 9 games, and then games 10 and 11 will be Leduc and Basque against Uresti and Ibarluzea. And they are going to play a 15-point set. Then they're going to play another 15-point set and a tiebreaker if necessary. And then in games 12 and 13, it will be Alex Goitia and Leke against Zulaika and Ubilla. The winners of today will play against Aritz and Lopez tomorrow, as well as Johan and Gorka. So the winners today will play tomorrow, and then the losers today will play on Thursday, again, also against Aritz and Lopez and Johan and Gorka. So that's what we got as far as the matches tonight. We'll know exactly who plays tomorrow after tonight, as well as Thursday. So I'm gonna see if Dave needs some help, but we got 2 minutes till post. Do I dare look at the chat? Is there any questions out there maybe about this? Yeah, watch and wait. That's what we're working on. Watch and wager, close the bets, and some of our simulcasts too. So apparently something happened here, or not in here, or somewhere in the building where the games were closed before they were supposed to be. So we're working on it. Hopefully we can get it open, and we'll, if and when we do, we'll wait a few minutes so everybody can get their bets in. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to see if Dave needs my help. I'm sure he would scream at me if he did. And he's
Last call for betting on the 7th game.
He's screaming at somebody, but luckily it ain't me. Let me look back at the chat here, see if there's anything that's of interest. A little more Campan talk. Yeah, he wants me to bring him back. Actually, Campan came to me the other day, and he didn't even ask me if he was coming back. He told me he's coming back next year, so there's that. My good friend Don, horrible game 5. Hope you're watching. Embarrassing. I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. I got a lot of balls in the air today, no pun intended. But I'll watch this game, and if it's horrible, I'm sure you'll tell me that again. Actually, what I am watching too, Don, is for one day you to put something nice in the chat, so something positive or something that you see that you like. But that hasn't happened all season. But I'll keep waiting. I'm a patient guy. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. Say Hi Life 420. I appreciate that. We're trying, man. We're doing the best we can. And when I say we, I don't mean me and the mouse in my pocket. I mean me and everybody that works here for me. And that's it. That's enough of the chat. I don't see anything else. Let's see what you're saying about ORD. Was really good the first 3 weeks. Man, he has really gone downhill. And that's Mr. Kirkpatrick. Coming from you, I take it as gospel. He's going downhill. All right, guys, that's all I got. Let's see. Wait, Dave's still on the phone. Are we okay, Dave? Are we good? I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened has been called. All right, guys, enjoying the game. We'll talk later on. Dave, after this game, we'll continue the chit-chat a little bit? Okay. All right. Well, enjoy game 7. Oh, it's game 7 already? I got here at 6 a.m. this morning, so I don't even know. Yeah, there's 2 people in line. All right, guys, enjoy the game.
Game 7, a spectacular 7 doubles with a Raw and Laborde in post 1, serving Vicente and Gorka in the 2 post. This game starts the pick 3. And the game is on. Point to the one. Here's the three, Chanika and Oyana. That's a great grab there by Laborde. Oyenard with a running scoop. Aron sets for the remate and the winner for the one. Johan and Argoitia post 4. Two walls is too low, point to one. Ahmedson and time, post number 5. One scores. Garcia Del Pesh post 6. Taken off the wall nicely by Garcia. Point to the 6, now post 7, Oleron and Ken Pandegi. 7 grabs the point. Now post 8 in the purple. It's Tombor and Oyardee concluding round 1. Point of the 8. The double point round beginning with Vicente and Gorka in post 2. All points are double. This is the 7-point game. Tough catch pulled off by Gorka. Tabor to the floor. Terrific shot for Vicente, point 2. Janika and Oyenard in the 3-post. Point 3. Here's Johan and Argoitia in the 4-post. Beautiful catch by Janika. Point to 4. 4 serving 5, a Mets and a tie. That was touched to midcourt, point to 4. 4 serves the 1, Raw and Laborde. Grab by Laborde. Johan cuts the ball off at line 7, goes over the right side, but Laborde's got it. That's Argoitia right at the back wall. Point to 4. 6 points and possible game point for Johan and Argoitia in post number 4. Here is the 6, Garcia and Del Pesh. Possible game point, post number 4. Point at game to post number 4. 1 is second. This is show point 2, serving to 3. Point and show to the 2. The 7th game won by Johan and Argoitia in post 4. Ara and Laborde second to the 1. Vicente and Gorka took the show in post number 2. The official results have a 4-1 exacta, 42-40, a 1-4 Quinella, 17-60, and a 4-1-2 $2 trifecta for 104.20. First number in the pick 3 is 4. Coming up, the late daily double, game number 8. Spectacular 7 scoring. It'll be here in 6 minutes.
Okay. The phone, it never stops. Normally, it does stop, but we had.
I have mine on silence.
Yeah,
we're busy. We're busy right now.
Yeah, well, that's what we thought last game, and then
Yeah.
I had a computer crisis. It was not my fault.
No, it's not your
And,
fault. We're not laying blame here today.
Well, sometimes it is my fault, but in this case, it wasn't. All right, where were we? Or where were you? I heard you talking, but at the same time, I was in the middle of
mentioned
things.
a couple things about the match tonight
Yes.
and the game on tomorrow and Thursday. So the winners of tonight will play against Aritz and Lopez, Johan Gorka tomorrow, and the losers of tonight will play against Aritz and Lopez, Johan and Gorka on Thursday.
And I'm going to take a guess that if the winners of the first partido will play in the first partido tomorrow.
Well, there are groups, so there was a little confusion. I put it up backwards, and now it's fixed online. So if anybody, something weird's happening with our whole stat system, because like I uploaded the programs, and if you go to the website and you view who's playing tonight, it'll tell you who's playing tonight and tomorrow and Thursday. But if you go to print it, it comes up with the placeholders that I put a couple days ago. So I don't know. I was trying to print them quickly to bring them up here, and it didn't work. So I'll go figure it out after.
Well,
this.
there was also a post, and if there's a website, a Facebook called Highlight Heaven, they had it.
Yeah, and Tiger Site has it too. All our people know where to go to look for it. So it's not, I mean, if you really want to find it, you could find it.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, out of the matchups tonight, I've only seen. I did watch some of Sunday morning, so I did get to see Alex and Leke, who I thought Leke especially was magnificent, and I did get to see Bask. Obviously, Johan, we know. I have not got a chance to see everybody. What are you looking for from tonight?
Well, let me pull up my matchups here. Well, actually, Leke knows the court very well,
Right.
And he's a strong player, and he's playing with Alex, which is very spunky. I heard Alex is playing this afternoon.
There are
not
rumors.
here.
Yes,
He's playing, and then he's going to. That's
actually our first matchup, which is Ladouche and Bask versus Uresti and Ibar Luzea.
yes.
And then the second matchup is, over there it was Goiti and Lake Eureka because they played Sunday morning against Johan and Bask for the title.
Correct.
And then we have some very familiar names to us in Dania and, of course, at Miami, Zuleika and Ubia, who represent the World Highlight League.
Yeah, and Zuleika and Ubia have been practicing here for the last couple of weeks. And, man down on the court. Man down. What happened out there? I get nervous when I see things like that.
Oleron, I don't know if he took a fall or, unfortunately, we had the graphic right over him. So
Good. Maybe it's better that we didn't see. Everybody's walking off. Everybody
he
seems okay.
I didn't know it was Oleron because I didn't hear any yelling.
Yeah. He's a vocal guy, huh?
There's
really
two
know
guys
that
now
about him.
that if I happen to be looking away for a moment and a point is lost, if I know either Oleron or Eki are on the court, I know they lost.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So where were we? Were we talking about
we were
Highline?
talking about Highline, incredibly.
So yeah, put the graphic back up again, Ronnie. The first one, Ibaluzea and
We got Ladouche and Bask, and Ladouche, by the way, knows this place pretty well too.
Yes.
And Uresti certainly does.
Yes.
And Ibar Luzea, well, he's Ibar Luzea. That'll be enough.
He's good. He's a tall, lanky backcourter, has a good left side. Right side is fair to Midland, but his left side is what's going to, get him in the game where he'll hit the back wall and get Uresti.
Game 8, last call.
And get Uresti in a good position to shoot the shots. Ladouche too. Ladouche is a magician, man. We played against this very team, Team USA, which was Johan and Gorka, that played against Ladouche and Bask in Guernica, and they played phenomenal. I mean, Ladouche went out. He had something to prove. He went out there and he did a good. This is going to be a good game. If I have to pick, I don't like to pick because I'm always wrong and it makes me look bad. But if I had to pick, I would take Ladouche and Bask. All
right. You want to go ahead and try to be right for game matchup number 2?
I would like to give it a shot, but I'm a little hesitant to say why I think it's going to happen. But if I had to pick a team here, I would pick Alex and Leke.
Okay.
I think Leke's right side on this court is going to be a factor, and Zuleika's a great player. He'll get up there and he'll throw some shots. He'll make some points. Ubia is probably going to be the factor. If Ubia plays great, they could win. If Ubia does not play great, then that would be the factor for that team.
All right. Well, you promised to be down to the cage, so I'll cut you loose.
Yeah, I got to go. I got work to do. I got work to do. I got here at 6 a.m. I know you, when I said that earlier, you said I'm a big crybaby and all this other stuff.
That was not quite the language I used.
Well, that's bottom line. You said I was a crybaby.
I thought,
which is okay, man. It's all right. I was crying. I got here at 6 a.m. I left my house at 5:15.
I did not use any language like that. I didn't call you soft or anything like that. I just said I was walking my dog at 6 a.m., so I was already up also. I just wasn't here walking my dog.
No, you were in your pajamas. You were on your way to have some coffee. I was on
anybody have
I-95
pajamas
battling the
anymore?
airport traffic at that time.
Oh, gosh.
But it's all good. I've already announced to everybody that I am going to hibernate the month of March. I'm not. Don't call me. My phone will be in the drawer with no battery. It's gonna be dead. It's gonna be like It's gonna be like March 2020 all over again.
All right. I leave you alone.
You remember March 2020? That was the isolation for COVID.
God, that's right.
Everybody just, I took it serious. Like they said, don't go outside. And I was like, I'm not going outside. I went outside, I think, 4 times to rake the leaves and clean the pool. Other than that, I stayed inside.
I would like to say that we were similarly cooperative, but we had, some other time.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well, listen, guys, enjoy. I may come up for a little bit last tonight because there may be a totally different group of people. Oh, phone's ringing.
I can't get him to shut up. Okay, we're ready here.
All right, we're ready. One last thing, I did see my good friend Don did compliment us yesterday, and I want to apologize for being partially right that you only write nasty things. You did write something nice, so I take back the previous comment. That's my cue. Got to go, guys. Have a great day. And Kirkpatrick, you're always right, man. You're always right. Even when you're wrong, you're right, and I'm good with that. All right, guys. Have a great afternoon.
It's game 8, spectacular 7 scoring in the start of the late daily double. Ahmets and Donnell in the post 1 red, serving 2 in the post 2 blue, Shanika and Argoitia. Ahmet starts the game with a serve. And a kill shot for Chanika, point 2. Talaya Del Pesh, post 3 in the white. An overserve, point at 3. Post 4 in the green, Oleron and OERD. Pass off the tough catch, gets the reverse away from the front court. Oyard returns it. Point to 4. Tabor and Gorka in the 5 post. Catch by Oyard on the reverse. And a difficult grab by Gorka before the ball hit the floor. Tabor taking it up the paint. Big bounce, point 4. Gold shirts in post 6, Vicente with Ken Pendeghi. Scooped up by Ken Pendeghi off a great rebote. Six takes the point. Now post 7, Johan with Oyard. Six grabs the point. Down post number 8, concluding the first round, Javier Anecki. That's a winner for the 8. Double point round. Here's Ahmetson Donnell at post number 1. That's out. Point to 1. The two teams, Shanika with Argoitia. Costado by Chanika. That's a winner, point two. Those three will be Celaya with Del Pesh. Goitia with a tricky catch off the low heat. Point two. Possible game point for Chanika and Argoitia in the two post. Here's Tom Bohr with Gorka, post five. Possible game point for the two. Point to five. Now the four, Oleron with OERD. It's out of bounds along the board, point to five. Now Johan with Oyonard in the seven post. At the back, the catch by Gorka. And 5 gets the point. Possible game point for Tombor and Gorka in post number 5. Here's Vicente and Ken Pendeghi in the 6. 5 of the possible game point. To the inside, Gorka sprinting in, he makes the catch. And Pendeghi hanging tough in the back. Tombor right there in midcourt. That ball stayed in, and it's a point to the 6. Now the 8, Javier and Eki. Leap and grab by Javier. Point to the 6. Possible game point for Vicente and Ken Pendeghi in post 6. Here's the 1, Metz and Donnell. Possible game point post 6. Low smoke, and that will be double pointing game to post 6, 5-second, 2/3. Vicente and Ken Pendeghi win game made in post 6, 5-second. Tombor and Gorka 2/3. Shanika with Argoitia. $6-5 exacta, $216.60, $5-6 Quinella, $69.60, and a $2 trifecta, 6-5-2 $5,116.40. The opening number, the late daily double, is a 6. We move into game number 9. Final game of the afternoon, but don't forget we got a magical evening for you tonight. 5 minutes post of game number 9. Tonight will be the beginning of the Biscane Cup. Following our 9th game tonight, we will have 2 partidos. Ladouche and Basque versus Uresti and Ibarluzea. Played to 15, 2 sets. And the winning team will move into the next round with a W and won't play again until Thursday. That partido will be followed by this one. Alex and Leke versus Zuleika and Ubia. Same thing, 15 points. If you win the first 2 sets, there's no need for a tiebreaker, but if they're tied at 1, we will have a 5-point tiebreaker. The partidos are 15 points each set, and you will be able to bet on those tonight, obviously just win betting. 4 minutes post now till game number 9. Game 9, last call for game 9. And the super effective. It's our ninth game. Spectacular 9 singles. Argoitia serving to Ken Pendeggi. 1 serving to 2. Points will double after the opening round, and this is a 9-point game. Game is on. It's out of play. And 1 gets the first point. Oleron at post 3. Went to 1. Tom Boer in the 4. Tom Boer, Tejada is a winner for the 4. Johan, post 5. To 4. Gorka in the gold, post 6. To 4. Vicente, post 7. Double bounce, point to 4. A tie, post 8, completing round 1. And a tie able to make the play before the ball got to the screen. And what positioning there by Tombor. Brilliant play. Tying 2 on a bote. Tombor's got it. And there's the Dejada. And it's just enough. Point to 4. The double point round. Starting with the 2. Can Pendeggi playing to 9. One to 4. Possible game point for Tombor in post 4. Here's Oleron, post 3. Possible game point for the 4. Taken off the wall beautifully by Tombor. That's a run out. A perfect game for Tombor out of post 4, coming in second to 1. Now a 6-way playoff for 3rd and 4th place with 5 serving 6 to start, then 7 versus 8, 2 versus 3. We're to 6. 7 serving 8. Point 8. 2 serving 3. Two. Playoff continues with 6 serving the 8. Then 2 plays the winner. Point 6. Possible show point for Gorka in post 6. Here's Can Pendeggi, post 2. 6 gets the show. This is the final point of the performance with 4th place at stake. 8 will serve the 2. Eight is 4th. Ninth game won by Tombor in post 4 in perfect fashion. Coming in second are Goiti in post 1, Gorka third in post 6, a tied 4th in post number 8. $4-1 Exacta, 76.20. 1-4 Quinella for 41.20. 4-1-6 $2 trifecta, 554.80. And the superfecta for $1, 4-1-6-8, 1370.10. 6-4 daily double, 241.40. $3.80 for 2 out of 4 in the pick 4, 7-4, 6-4 combo. The carry forward for tonight, $61.09, $192 for the $2 pick 3 for 6 and 4. That concludes our performance this afternoon. Our broadcast was brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Just visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor is Dolphin Jewelers. Treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers. Right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention Highlight for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And for our Connecticut fans, place your highlight wagers at mywinners.com, the #1 betting outlet in the state. Mywinners.com is where Connecticut bets on highlight, and it's easier than ever because MyWinners is now mobile. Get the app from the App Store for iOS or place your bets at app.mywinners.com. Don't forget, tonight is the beginning of the Biscane Cup. Games 10, 11, 12, and 13 tonight, partidos. Ladouche and Basque versus Uresti and Ibarluzea. Games 10 and 11. Then games 12 and 13 tonight will be Alex and Leke versus Zuleika and Upia. That's all happening tonight. 6 o'clock will be our first game this evening, so you only got about an hour and 40 minutes or so before we tee it up again. On behalf of all of us here at the casino at Dania Beach Highlight, so long from the Sunshine State.